Hello and welcome to Yorkshire Voice, bringing you the top news stories from today at Leeds Trinity University in the studio. Please excuse any technical glitches we experienced today. We are having some issues with the technology. First, last night across Leeds buildings were lit up, all yellow, to mark the 1 year since we went into national lockdown. In the UK, over 126,000 people have died within 30 days of a positive test. Last night, Boris Johnson announced that the 23rd of March was to become a permanent day of remembrance. Now, another consequence of the pandemic has been an increase in loneliness, especially with the elderly. I spoke to a carer and also a pensioner whose pet has become a lifeline during lockdown. A year on since the first lockdown was put in place, we spoke to families on how their lives have changed for themselves and their older generations and how they feel it's affected them.
It's been really difficult because we have carers going in 4 times a day, and obviously 4 different carers going in 4 times a day, that you don't know how many people they've been to visit, elderly people, and they're obviously having their families visit, and it's just really difficult having to trust that people are following, the government guidance and not meeting people that they shouldn't do, so that they're not picking up the virus, passing it on to your elderly relatives.
We also looked at how 85-year-old Bernice was coping in lockdown, living on her own. So, how have you found the lockdown?
It's not much different to how I normally live anyway, living on my own and be busy with my dog and things.
With lockdown regulations lifting, both families shared an excitement to get back to normal and spend time with their families. Now, I think it's fair to say one trend we have seen rise over the past year is for health and fitness. We spoke to Alfonso Carter on his journey to helping the nation get fit and healthier.
Being an ex-professional footballer and a student physio, I understand the importance of being healthy and staying as active as possible, not only for your mental health, but also for your overall well-being. So I decided to try and pass on as much knowledge as I could to as many people as possible during this difficult time. I started with offering free online workouts. This was to encourage people to stay active and be as fit as possible. I also made a Facebook page, and this was to motivate the members to engage, be as healthy as possible, and just to increase their good behaviour habits. This could be a challenge such as drinking 2 litres of water, having a piece of fruit that day, or having a portion of veg on their plate. Overall, the feedback was incredible. So the challenges went worldwide. So all in all, it was a great success.
Now, one thing we've missed in lockdown is a good old show. Our reporter Abby Lord looks at how the drag industry has been affected in lockdown.
Drag queens are one of the UK's main sources of entertainment. And since the lockdown began, many have been out of work, one being Michael Adam, who performs as Giselle at Viaduct Showbar in Leeds. He believes the pandemic has actually been very beneficial to his career.
So lockdown's been a bit of a help, really, because I've been able to kind of crank it up a little bit more and really hone in on my skills.
Over the last year, many bars and clubs have had to close their doors. Many places, such as Mission, have had to close them permanently. Bartenders, managers and performers have all been out of work for at least 12 months. Thanks to lockdown, Michael's been able to create more costumes for his performances, and that has been supported by the grants given to him by the government, as he is self-employed and an artist. Like many in the pandemic, Giselle has had to adapt and overcome the challenges of being a performer in lockdown, why he took to the virtual stage for some performances such as Viaduct Live.
So we go into Viaduct and we've been doing socially distanced show with the showgirls and stuff online.
With bars and clubs soon to be reopening, Michael is more than ready to bring Giselle back to life on a live stage.
We now cross over to Mark with some wildlife and some weather.
Thanks, Lydia. I'll have the weather in a second, but first I would just want to show you these amazing images of a peregrine falcon which is currently nesting in Wakefield Cathedral. And anybody who wants to actually look at these images live will be able to find them at peregrine.com, wakefieldperegrine.com. As for the weather, this afternoon it will turn drier and clearer, allowing sunny spells to develop, and there will be a moderate southwesterly breeze. This evening will start dry and clear before patchy cloud moves eastwards, bringing in the chance of rain or drizzle in places.
That's it from myself, Lydia O'Neill, and all of the Yorkshire Voice. Thank you and have a great day.